Why, hello there. Welcome to Kyoudai Ai, the mostly weekly podcast, where two brothers geek out about everything Super Sentai and Kamen Rider, or at least the seasons we've watched so far, which are Kamen Rider Kuga, Kamen Rider Agito, Super Sentai Gaoranger, and Super Sentai Time Ranger, or Time Ranger Mirai Sentai Time Ranger. I'm your host, superjollymac. Way too confused for where I am in the day. And I'm joined by my brother and co-host, DonTheVan. So let's dive into all the Toku chaos we love. Grab your driver, your changer, cue the theme songs, and let's get into it. So how you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Today was a productive day.
Yeah. I bet. I've been grinding, Betty. Grinding.
Yeah, same.
So,
I feel like we've been doing the same thing all day.
So we can go ahead and get into it, because I don't think I'm going to have too much to talk about anyway. But let's talk about what we've been playing. Let's talk.
I've been playing, I finished Resident Evil 2 Leon's story, so I'm probably going to play Claire's story either tonight or sometime this weekend. Sometime this weekend. And then I started playing Baldur's Gate with you.
Yay! So we'll put a little link to maybe both of them. Maybe we'll put a link to both of them underneath our individual. I can't remember if I can make cards pop like that, but if I can, I will. If not, they'll be in the description. But
yeah,
DonTheVan and I are playing Baldur's Gate. You can pick both. We're both basically recording our own viewpoint and then posting it on our various channels. So you can check mine and then watch DonTheVan, or if there's a way to watch them side by side. Oh, I guess you can't do that because we're going to be editing them kind of differently.
Yes.
Yeah.
Edit it differently.
Yeah. So
you get to see two different styles for this.
Maybe we should do a third video that's just like the raw data, and then we can just have them side by side.
Oh. That could be cool.
Yeah, we'll think about it. That seems like a lot of work, though. So
you guys are gonna have to let us know what you want.
Yeah.
Unless you guys say it, we're not doing it.
Yeah. Hey, you know the catchphrase. You know how we end the episodes, and it's true.
Yeah.
Not much time.
We don't have not much time at all. Barely enough energy.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's all for playing. I mean, what have you been playing?
I haven't been able to get back into Final Fantasy. I've been playing some of that Killer Frequency, and I think that's about it. I haven't had time to play much of anything else.
Yeah.
Still wondering about my spooky game for the moment, but we'll see.
Yeah. I was gonna say I did see Killer Frequency on the store, so I have a wish list. I might try to buy it one of these days, maybe around Christmas time.
I still have to finish Until Dawn. I never finished that, so maybe that's what I'll do. I will finish Until.
So good.
Yeah, I'll finish Until Dawn. Where's my pit?
You have the PS4 version, right?
I think I might have the PS5 version.
Okay.
Was there? Yeah, I think they gave out the PS5 version for free. I may have tagged that.
Really?
I think so. If not, then I have the PS4 version. But I think they gave us the PS5 version, so I might have that one as well.
Oh, I might have to check that out. I don't remember getting that.
Well, maybe I'm just misremembering. That could happen too.
Yeah, because I know they had Until Dawn. Wait. I think they had Until Dawn with, like, when everybody first got their PS5s, and like they had the PS4 games like the God of War, and I think it was included in that, but they took that down a while ago.
Yeah, but I think you could tag them and still have them.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
So like if you if you tag them, then you still have them. I still got mine in my library, but I don't know. I haven't actually checked the PS5 edition, so I might need to check that then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Add that to your list, man.
Yeah. Maybe that will be my spooky game for the month. Because I want to watch the movie too. Did you watch the movie?
I didn't. I kind of want to see it too, but it wasn't like at the top of my list. It was more like okay, I'll try to catch that if I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. So is that it for games?
I think that's it for games. I haven't really had much time to do much else. A lot of learning how to edit and trying to get that done.
Yeah.
So
Was that?
It's done.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, we're here now.
Can only improve.
Woo! That's my motto.
Let's get to music then. You been listening to anything?
I listened to Bryson Tiller's new album. I can't remember if I said that last week.
I think so.
I listened to his new album. I listened to what's his name? Hold on, I got it. I started listening to Bella Smyrda. That's the Afrobeats artist. And then I listened to, I think I said Young Thug last week, but I listened to Adekunle Gold's album too. I want to listen to Chase Atlantic. I still haven't listened to them. I know I said that. I definitely said that one last time. She has a new one out? Holy smokes. I want to listen to Alexandra Whittingham. She's like a classical guitarist and she's like really good.
Okay.
Yeah. Alexandra Whittingham. Yeah, she's good. Okay, I need to add that to my thing now.
Yeah, I think I was going to try to listen to somebody's album. I can't remember if it was like Doja Cat's. I don't think it was Doja Cat's. It was somebody else's. But I don't think I got around to doing it.
I listened to hers last week. I know I said her last week.
Maybe that's what I was going to listen to then. Maybe it was Doja Cat's.
Yeah.
But didn't get to it.
Not too well, yeah. Didn't get to too much this week.
Yeah. I am keeping up with my D&D podcast though, the Dimension 20, D20.
Okay.
They're doing Cloudward Ho. Which is like a steampunk kind of game. Been pretty good. Been actually keeping up with that every week. So this is the first season I've been keeping up with as they're releasing them. And that's pretty good.
Does it feel different than trying to, I guess, hearing the previous ones? Like are your expectations like different?
My expectations, no, but now I can't just like listen to it whenever I want. I have to wait until they release the next episode, which is kind of a pain, but not too much of a pain. Because usually I'll listen to it when I work out or ride the bike. So by the time I finish the episode, it's about time for the new one.
Gotcha. Okay. I was gonna say, does it like mess with like your anticipation at all? Like, do you get more anticipated?
I don't think so.
No. You're just like drop the next one.
Yeah, drop the next one, and then I get to it. But I mean, they're always interesting. I like it. They do a really good job, in my opinion. And then they also release like a, not behind the scenes, but like after every episode, they have like a little wind down 30-minute thing. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
So yeah, Dimension 20 is fun.
Okay, I'm gonna say you're gonna have to explain the wind down thing to me later.
Yeah, it's just them talking about what happened in the episode most of the time, and then pure chaos. They have too much energy after it. It's a lot of chaos.
Chaos ensues.
Speaking of chaos, though, I didn't die last week in D&D, so
nice.
Yet. But I'm not in the best spots. Let's just put it that way. We'll see what happens.
Did you guys defeat the big monster that you guys had to fight?
We did, but that wasn't even the worst part of the dungeons that were the dungeon we're in. So there's a lot of dread right now, and none of it's
Yeah.
because of the boss.
I bet. I bet. You guys are probably like running out of like items or gold or something, and like have
No, it's not even that.
one weird random character that's just kind of sending you all over the place.
There's that, but it's like the man,
English.
existential threat.
Existential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do it. I can do it. Look, it's late. Give me a break.
That's the week we've been having.
Anyway, it's like that kind of dread. Like, who's the guy that does that? Like Cthulhu and that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Lovecraftian. It's kind of like that dread of something that's just like way too big. You don't even know how you're gonna do anything about it. You're like, what? I'm just gonna lay back, I guess, and let it happen. I don't know. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
The wheel.
Yeah. So what about watching? You been watching anything?
I saw The Conjuring this week.
Okay.
I saw the new one. I enjoyed it. It was on par for like a Conjuring movie. So like I wouldn't go in expecting like a slasher film, obviously. So it was nice for what it was. It was nice for a Conjuring film. I really enjoyed it. So I don't want to give any spoilers, but I recommend it. If you're a Conjuring fan, then it'll be good for you. And then I also saw Him.
Oh.
The one Jordan Peele produced movie.
Yeah, that's out already?
Yeah, that's out. It's been out for like a week or two.
How was it?
It wasn't bad. It was good. You can definitely tell that Jordan Peele didn't direct it. He produced it, but he didn't direct it. And you can tell, like, whenever his name is attached to it, you can tell whether or not he directed it or if he didn't. He has a particular style, but you can see his influence on it, I will say. And so it's still a good movie. I can see why. I think what's his name? Marlon Wayne?
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently he's in like the news or something because he was like saying like he can't believe that Demon Slayer outperformed him and is like crushing the box office. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. Him is a good movie. I won't like it has that creepiness of like what movie? It has the typical Jordan Peele creepiness like in it, and you're watching it, and it's kind of like unsettling, and you're just like, okay. So I understand why he could be a little upset. He's like, I can't believe Demon Slayer is outperforming. But being a Demon Slayer fan, I know exactly why Demon Slayer is outperforming because it's freaking Demon Slayer.
I'm not even a Demon Slayer fan, and I can tell you without a doubt, Demon Slayer is probably going to outperform everything.
Yeah.
And then what else is coming out? There's like a couple of anime movies coming out. Oh, Chainsaw Man?
Chainsaw Man? Yeah. I know.
Chainsaw Man, maybe not, because that one will probably be rated a little bit higher.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
It's highly anticipated though.
Yeah. But
I can't lie. It's highly anticipated. I was gonna take a trip to New York with some friends to go see it. I'm not gonna go, but they're still going, but I'm not gonna go. But I'm seeing that opening night. I have to. I'm about to get my ticket soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Chainsaw Man fan right here. Yeah, that's what this is.
Can't see it. It's whited out. Or no, maybe that's just my screen.
No, it is. It's the light.
Okay.
Hold on. Chainsaw Man.
Okay, I see her now. All right.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to put in some spooky movies first and a spooky anime. So I started catching up on, what is it? Hikaru Kashinda Natsu? Something like that. It's like the summer that Hikaru died. It's kind of a Lovecraftian anime. It's pretty
That sounds
good.
cool.
Yeah, I like it better than the other, like the third anime I picked up for the season. I could have probably watched that one weekly. I thought I would be more confused than I am at this point, but it's pretty good. I like it so far. I'm only on episode 4 or 5, but it's decent so far.
You said the summer who died?
Hikaru-kun? Hikaru ga shinda natsu, or something like that.
Summer Hikaru died. Okay, I'll type it in. I'm sure it'll pop up.
Yeah, Hikaru ga shinda natsu. The summer Hikaru died. So it's got a little bit of that Lovecraftian horror. And then I think I see a little bit of the Japanese kind of folk horror in there too, which is usually pretty good. So I like where it's gone so far. It's dealing a lot more with relationships than I thought. So I'm ready for the horror aspect to kind of ramp up. And I think they're about to get there. So we'll see. Looking forward to it. I'm going to finish that one. Definitely.
Noise.
Other than that, I am ramping up for the fall season of anime, but it's all stuff that I'm going to be watching with someone. So I have not started watching them because Ramen's coming out. I'm going to watch Ranma. Yeah. What else is coming out? Oh, Spy Family. Gonna watch Spy Family.
Okay, I'm gonna catch up on that.
Yeah, I want to catch up on One Punch Man. I still need to watch season 2. Season 3 is out now, I think. So I'm gonna watch that. There's a lot of stuff I need to catch up on, but I think those are the big 3 that I'm thinking of. I think there might be like another 1 or 2. There's at least 2 more that I was curious about, but I probably won't pick them up because there's more from summer that I haven't watched that I also want to watch or see if they're worth watching. But we'll see. Movie wise though, I did watch Scary Stories. It's like a British kind of anthology-ish movie. It was pretty good. Like, it was fine. It's not like, see, I'm more of the like psychological horror. Like I like that tenseness. I'm not really a big slashers are kind of fine, but that's kind of like my borderline. The blood and the gore and stuff I'm not a big fan of. So but it was fine. It's not it's got some spooky moments, but it wasn't like cranking up the scares. So but it wasn't bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You should try out what is it, Thailand horror films or thriller films? Apparently they were like really good.
Yeah. Japanese ones can be good. Korean ones are good too. I haven't seen a lot of Thai horror movies. Maybe I will catch a few of those and try those out.
Apparently it's really good. I'm gonna send you a video. This guy like did a video essay talking about it, and like he compared it to like Japanese horror and Korean horror. So
okay,
if I'm not mistaken. So I'll send it to you so you can see it. But yeah, he said like it's really good. I was like, okay,
yeah,
I'll see some.
I'm gonna need okay. I see one already. Thai horror film recommendation, so I might check out a few of those. Maybe add it to the list. I usually host a horror fest every Halloween. The week or 2 before it, I'll do one night of a couple of horror movies, so I might add one of those.
Nice. Put me on the Discord. I'll watch it. Spirit.
Could probably do that. We'll see. But I think that's it for watching, right? We can get up to the. Oh
yeah, we can go.
Also, we chatted about it, but are we actually going to do it?
You talking about the anime?
Yeah,
we can do that.
Okay, so next episode we're going to do Jujutsu Kaisen. Starting from season 1, episode 1, and then try to go all the way through.
Yeah.
So that'll be our second pull for the season.
Yeah. I think with that one, it has a movie also in the middle of the season, so we can do the movie in the middle of season 1 and 2.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I ever saw. Oh no, I did see the movie. Yeah, the movie's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. The movie is pretty good. So yeah, that'd be nice. So yeah, I'm excited for that one because I actually started JJK on my own, so I'm gonna just start it over. Yeah, I'm excited.
So the plan will be to get ready for season 3. Season 3 should pop eventually, maybe.
One day.
maybe at the beginning of next year, spring or winter. So we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. It'll be so good. But yeah, we can jump straight into the anime portion of it and get straight into spoiler territory for everything that follows, including the Toku. So we're picking up with episode 13 of Gachiakuta, An Empty Gaze, which I'll say now at the beginning, this episode seemed like either the season finale or the mid-season like point because of how the credits rolled. Because normally that's like a season finale type of thing to have like the episode continue and the credits kind of start to flash on the screen. So I'm eager to see how Sunday goes, if they drop like an episode or not, or what's going to happen. Because you said it's supposed to continue, right?
Yeah, I think they're going to go straight into the next half of the season. So it'll probably be 24 episodes, I think I saw. So
Okay.
24, but this is
24,
13.
26.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it will be 26. We'll see.
Okay. All right. We'll see. All right. But we're going to pick this one up. So this one picks up with Amo having a vision of her childhood with her mom. So I'm thinking that she's explaining her story to the cleaners because that's kind of where we left off last time. And so she's having her vision with her and her mom, and Amo is just as unhinged as a child as she is now. Definitely very emotional and temperamental. And her mom sells her to a giver who also is a trafficker, who is also just as unhinged and crazy and creepy as Amo. And his vital instruments turn out to be the boots that Amo have. And like we kind of see him kind of talking to himself to the boots like in a corner, and so he's weird. Also, we have two strangers that come by randomly and just take out the trafficking giver, and they give Amo his boots and say that his boots are more suited for her and that they fit her better. And then the two strangers fly off into the sunset. So that happens. And Amo kind of like in this flashback of recounting seeing the people who she calls angels, we're assuming they go to the sphere, they kind of just fly into the sky. But and this also shows how she gets calibrated to the boots, like she starts to connect to the boots and they like light up and react to her. So Amo and the buyer get into a fight once he sees that she has the boots. And in the scuffle, the the buy I'm calling the giver who bought Amo the buyer. The buyer falls out of the tower to his assumed death, and Amo keeps the boots. So at this point in the story, Rudo is kind of like walking up to Amo, and he wants to apologize and whatnot, but the rest of the cleaners are like, "Yo, let her finish her story." She finishes her story, pretty much saying that she saw the angel again flying through the sky, and he was pretty much by himself. And she also mentioned that like just people come and go from the tower, and everything like that, and she just wants like connection and all of that good stuff. And at the end, Rudo walks up on her again, and he sees her drawing like a masked figure or face on the ground in like chalk, and it looks like the one that killed Recto. So now Rudo is starting to get unhinged, and he starts ranting about revenge and has like a crazed, hazed look in his eye. And Amo talks to him and pretty much brings him back to reality and calms him down. And they have Amo and Rudo have like a moment of like connecting where uh, Amo kind of drops some lore on the boots a little bit, or at least the vital instruments in the series that the boots and gloves belong to, and saying that they normally work for people who have like a hole inside of their heart or personality or being, and the boots or the vital instruments kind of like fill that emptiness up. And um and they have a moment where they're like, Rudo's like, yeah, well, we can learn how to like connect with people together, and maybe we can be friends and learn and whatnot. And it was touching, it was nice. I was like, oh, that's cute. And so with that, the cleaners leave. Amo decides to stay at the tower. um and as the cleaners are leaving, uh we kind of see like this is where Rudo's like, man, I kind of went crazy. I wonder what's going on. Could it be the gloves or like what's going on? What's wrong with me? Type of thing. So he's self-reflecting, which is good. Maybe he's not like crazy by himself. Maybe it's like an effect of the gloves. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Or maybe the gloves give him some type of sanity. We'll find that out later, hopefully. But then with that, we also see that Amo gets attacked by a random person, and in the next scene we see Jabber walking away from the tower. So I'm assuming Jabber attacked her. We don't actually know. He might not have. I don't know. He might have like infiltrated and stole something else and like left. But maybe we'll find out later. So, in the last scene we have is the head raider standing up in front of his TV, his static TV, and in Thanos fashion, he just looks at this camera and says, "It's time." So, we're gonna see what happens. This is definitely like a mid-season type of thing. I'm eager to see what happens. What are your thoughts on this episode?
It's funny you mentioned the Thanos thing because like
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. It was like I gotta do it myself. He didn't say that, but he was just like, okay, it's time to go. And I don't know why Thanos like immediately popped into my head. This episode I liked. Like you're starting to see a lot of the depth in this series. And how they're talking about like trauma and things like that. Like it's stuff, I guess some of the certain anime has shown that maybe in the past couple of years, but this one seems like it's really going into depth with that stuff, and it's kind of interesting. Like I really like how they're doing that. This one made me feel for Amo a lot. Like she went through some stuff. Like I was sitting there about to get raged for her. Like, let me at this dude. Like, like I wouldn't have felt bad at all for what I would have had to do to him. So, and her mom, like that's some,
that's some wasteland type stuff, man.
yeah, that's some messed up stuff. This is almost as bad as like Fruits Basket, which I think you haven't seen, but that one is also rough. Like there's a lot of trauma going on. I don't even think we got much action this thing, but
no, I think the most action we got was Amo and Raider dude fighting.
Fighting, maybe, we don't know.
Maybe.
But I really like what they're doing with the trauma, how they're showing that, how that affects everybody. And it's definitely a lot more interesting than I thought it would be. I thought this might just be one of the ones you watch for the battles, but I'm into it. Every aspect of it so far. I am kind of worried about Rio though. Like, what are they going to show me about Rio that's going to make me kind of like depressed?
Oh, you talking about with the scissors?
Yeah, like something's bad's going to happen. I know it.
Yeah, it makes me curious about all of them actually. Like I want to know what was up with Engine. It's like why are their vital instruments their vital instruments? Like why are these objects specifically? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I definitely need more lore. I need more lore. That's it.
But I like all the world building they're doing so far. Everything seems really cool. The cast of characters is really diverse. Like I like everything so far with this. That the action's been on point. Everything's been on point so far. So I'm here for it. Let's go.
Yeah. It's like now that we're at like 13 episodes, you can kind of see like, okay, they're taking their time, and like now I'm not as upset at the ones before where they were kind of like silly, like Rudo and the other dude running through the city.
I mean, I'm still not entirely feeling that, but like they get it by. They get it. I'll let them have it.
Yeah. But it's like you can see it, and it's like I feel like that's gonna come to play later. They're gonna have some character development with their relationship. I feel like it. So it's like, okay, you're starting to kind of see things come together a little bit, slightly. It's still pretty early, but we're halfway. We're at the halfway point of the first season. So yeah, the self-reflection is definitely taking its toll on them. Like so, I'm excited. So it was cool. I guess this whole aspect of like the givers being able to give their vital instruments to other people though is interesting because initially it was like thought that you they themselves had to actually have the relationship with the item first and then it becomes their vital instrument, whereas now we see with like Canvas Town, the artist, I forget her name, but that that vital instrument gets passed down between all of the givers, and then we see with like Rudo, his gloves were passed on to him. So now I'm thinking like maybe somebody beforehand was using his gloves, and like now he got it's like a transfer of power, like the same way with the boots. Like the dude had the boots first, and it transferred to her.
Yeah, but there's probably got to be something there because Rudo did take care of those gloves. So
yeah,
and then I think even with the paintbrush, I think there's got to be something like I don't think you can just give it to somebody. I don't, but we'll see. I guess they need to explain that a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the rest. I want to see my man Jabber show up again. I like him. I like him a lot. Yeah, you know how I am. I love to choose the character, man. Jabber, he might be my guy. Jabber and Engine. I like Engine a lot. Yeah, those are my two right now. It might change. Those are my two right now for this show. But yeah, that's. And do you have anything else to add to this one?
Nope. I think we're good for Gachiakuta for this week.
Yep. So that's Gachiakuta for this week. Let us know if you have any predictions for the next half of the season. Let us know in the comments. We're gonna move on to Toku.
So we're gonna start out with Toku, starting with Hyakujuu Gaoranger. We're gonna do episodes 29 through 32 of Sentai and Kamen Rider. Let's start with quest number 29, The Deer Heals, Shikaga Iyasu. So we start out with Totomu kind of playing in the water inside the hideout when she gets kind of a reading of org activity. The Rangers arrive and Ura has this tombstone in front of him, and it turns out to be Tombstone Org. And Tombstone Org pops out and says it's the anniversary of their deaths. So they transform and then start to fight. Silver joins them in the fighting. And Silver kind of tells them that, or reminds them that if they defeat Tombstone, he'll just come back more powerful. So maybe they shouldn't do it. But everybody's like, well, we got to do something. So they start fighting. They have a hard time, but then they manage to defeat Tombstone in the small form. But then Silver gets hurt trying to keep Tsuetsue from making him large. So he tries to stop her from doing that. He kind of hurts his hand, I think it was. And then he still grows up, and they end up creating, the Rangers end up forming another robot with the power animals that aren't injured. And they call this one Gao King Another Arm for now.
Yeah.
So they're about to get defeated again when Gao Deer shows up and then helps them, and then he runs off. So Gao Deer's kind of ties up the org, and then he kind of runs off. Silver says the Deers might hate him because he couldn't protect Murasaki's song, and then he heads off to try to find them. He tries to find Deers and then kind of play the song. Then he has a flashback, and we see Murasaki kind of got hurt. They were out at Deers singing and playing their musical instrument, and then they get attacked by a group of Orgettes, I guess. They're still Orgettes. And during the fight, Murasaki kind of gets cut, and then she can't sing anymore. So we come back to normal time. Tombstone breaks out of his shackles, and then he starts attacking again. All of the Rangers minus Silver go out to fight. Silver's still back trying to convince Deers to join the team and help out. Once Tetomu shows up, they both start singing and playing again, and Deers gives in and gives Hitomu his power jewel, or the power animal Gao jewel. The Rangers end up defeating Tombstone Org, and as the 1,000-year evil is going back, they use Gao Deers to form Gao King Cross Horn, and then they trap the 1,000-year evil and send it off. And then we end up the episode with Totomu saying that now she has to go and sing for Deers every day. So she wants Silver to help her out. And that's kind of where the episode ends off. So it was a lot of randomness. What did you think about it?
Yeah. One, deers. The plural of deer is deer.
Look.
And one, it's singular. It's a one deer. I'm just like, where do we get deers? Anyways, also, Deers is like a diva queen, like for real, or king, or whatever. She has to come sing to you every day. Are you kidding? For you to help them out? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that like pushback. It was like, okay, yeah, the power animal's gonna join him, and Deer's like, nah, son, nah, son, nah.
Cool.
Yeah,
like, I don't got my thought. Nah, I'm out.
It's like, yeah, Deers isn't gonna blame him for them attacking him. And it's like, yeah, Deers is. Deers ain't giving him nothing.
Yeah, Deers was like, yo, y'all don't have my y'all don't have my bucket full of only green Starburst jelly beans? Yeah, I'm cool. I was like, yo, all right. So yeah, nah, that was insane. Yeah, this episode was silly. Them naming the new power animal Zord combinations is I like it. It's pretty meta. I can't lie, it's pretty meta, and I like it. I like it. I like stuff like that. Break the fourth wall for me. I love it.
I think that's been the gag of the season for me. Like that's basically what's carrying the season for me. That little joke right there. So they better milk that a couple more times.
Yeah, throw that in. Get us to the end of this thing, baby.
Yeah.
Get us to the end.
And it's just so random. Like, it's like, okay. I mean, sure, I'll take it.
Hey. Oh, whatever helps to get me to the end. Other than that, it's pretty basic.
Yeah, other than that, fine. Another power animal. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can go ahead and move to Quest 30. The full moon kills the wolf. Mangetsu ga okami o korosu. So the Rangers are filling themselves now that the 1,000-year evil is gone. Like, they are really filling themselves. But Silver is still on guard, which is smart because Ura is kind of making a cross back at the hideout. Tsuitsue and Yabaiba attack Silver and then kind of lead him away while they're in a car that they got from somewhere. So they get a random car, they attack Silver, they jump in the car, and then they zoom off, and then Silver turns Gao Wolf into his bike, and then he starts chasing them. It's obviously a trap. Ura shows up, and then he takes Gao Wolf and Silver with him. So, and he reveals that his plan is to call back the 1,000-year evil with Gao Wolf because of the full moon. Gao Wolf gets kind of stunned. Somehow they can pull the 1,000-year back, force it into Silver, and then create an even more powerful Roki. The Rangers show up and then try to stop him. Gao Hunter ends up coming because Silver kind of pulls out his jewels. He asks for help from Gaokadir? Galligator?
Yeah.
And what was the other one? The hammerhead shark? Hammerhead. Yeah.
Gao Hammerhead. That one's not that one's a slide off the tongue.
So anyway, he pulls them out to try to help stop Wolf, and then everybody realizes no, they're all possessed. So now they have the evil hunter form coming back. Ura ends up popping the seal on the 1,000-year evil with Silver's rod, but Silver fights it off. So you see him turn into Roki, and then he kind of shatters it. When Silver throws it off, Ura ends up absorbing it to turn into his ultimate form. Ultimate form Ura. And then he says, and then he reveals that was the plan all along. From the beginning, that was the plan. Silver and the rest of the Rangers attack, but Ura bats them away pretty easily. And then Blue kind of rushes him at the last minute. And then Ura's like, no, we're not doing that. And then he grabs his head and kills him. And that's how they ended the episode.
Yes, I applaud them. Nice.
For killing Blue. Okay.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, get them all out of here, except for White. White's been pretty competent, kind of. Everybody else looking get out of here. They're, oh my gosh, I really don't like these Rangers. Anyways, yeah, I like this episode. One, because they just set the name Roki. That's cool.
Yeah, I was
That's
like, they didn't even give you Roki, so
yeah. No. They said it. That's all I needed. That's all I needed for this one. They even like teased it. It's just like they said, all right, there you go, Roki. A little Salt Bay in there. So this one was cool. I like it because there were stakes. There were actual stakes, and they kept a power dynamic kind of semi intact. Like the Rangers didn't just magically figure out a way to beat him in ultimate form. He actually did something and killed him. So, well, Blue. And so I like that. I like the fact that I guess I don't like it, but it's there. This was his plan all along. Does it make sense? No, it makes no sense at all. But hey, more power to you. You finally did something. So that's it.
yeah, it was like, okay. Yeah, this was his plan all along. His plan was to use all of those resources, lose all of those orgs that many times, bring Roki back, have Roki get healed.
Yeah. Have Roki attack him.
Yeah.
And yeah. Doesn't make
I don't
sense.
know. Yeah, I'm not feeling that one, man. But I mean, whatever. Yeah. He ends up turning into a form. So his ultimate form. I wasn't buying that Blue was dead. So that was kind of like went from 0 to 100 really, really quick. It's like, okay. Like,
I love it.
I don't know. That was weird, but one of those episodes. It's fine.
I love 0 to 100.
Anything else for that one?
Nah, we can go to the next one.
Then we can go on to quest number 31. The Hyakujuu Sentai defeated Hyakujuu Sentai Zenmetsu. So we start this one where we ended the last episode with Blue falling out of his transformation, and then when he falls down, the jewels fall out of his pocket, and those are also broken. Yellow and Black then attack because they get kind of mad at Ura, and then they both get destroyed as well. And then White tries to heal them with deers. And then as soon as she tries to pull out the jewel, Ura's like, nope. He pulls her over and then destroys her as well. So it's like death after death after death after death. It's like, okay, how are you going to end it? Like, are you just going to get rid of the Rangers? I don't know what's going to go on at this point. Yeah. So anyway, Red and Silver then try to attack, and just before Ura can finish them off, Gal God teleports them all back to the base, and then he takes the bodies of Yellow, Blue, Black, and White. And I was still at this point thinking, okay, like they're destroyed but not dead. And then he takes them, and I'm like, so they're dead?
I thought the same thing. I said, "Oh, they're not dead." Yeah. I was like, "Oh crap, they're actually."
Yeah, especially White. White was just chill. I'm sorry. I know I'm supposed to do the recap and then we do it, but it's like White's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna heal you," and it's like, "Nope," and then he throws her over and kills her. Like, come on. How is that? How is that fair?
It's not. I love it.
Man.
Oh.
Never mind. Okay.
It's
So-
like I wanted them to wait. Hold on. I'm sorry. I wanted them to take some pieces from the Time Rangers, but I didn't want them to take freaking Naoto dying and applying it to all of them. Like I was like, wait.
And this is only episode like 30, what, 31?
Yeah, we're halfway through. Like, dang. Well, we're here now.
Yeah. So he takes their bodies, or ends up going back to the city and then starts attacking. So Red and Silver suit up to go attack because they hear kind of children cry out for help and they're about to get attacked by Ura. The 4 dead Rangers wake up in a dimension and then they get a mission to send Red and Silver wishes that may help power them up in their fight. So they're supposed to assemble a relief from a swamp. And then once they get to that swamp, they're floating above a volcano's magma. So there's 4 pieces that they have to put together. And there's no way for them to get it except to jump, grab the pieces, assemble them, and then fall. Well, I mean, they're already dead. So fall into the magma.
The permadeath.
Yeah. So they do that. They jump, they grab them, assemble them, and then they fall to the wall.
This episode makes no sense. I felt like they knew they were losing us, so they were like, F it. Just go ahead and just do whatever. Do whatever.
So once they assemble the relief, it teleports back to Red. So Red's weapon turns into, or it changes forms, and then he defeats Ultimate Ura in the small form. I can't remember if it shows that it's a phoenix at this point, but it's basically like a phoenix. Yeah, a phoenix flies up, or a falcon. Sorry, I was thinking phoenix because of the volcano.
I thought that too.
Yeah, so it does come out, and they say it's a falcon, but it turns his weapon into like an arrow that he can shoot, and he destroys him. Then Ura ends up going large. Red ends up with a new jewel, which is the Falcon, Gal Falcon jewel. And then he summons Gal Falcon, and the other 4 Rangers pop back into existence. And they summon their power animals, and then they form Gal Icarus. And then they fight Ura and end up defeating Giant Ultimate Ura.
Yep.
So then after Ura is defeated, he shrinks back down to normal size. Silver finds him and then destroys Ura's jewel. And then the other Rangers show up. They combine their weapon into the big sword, and then they slash him to death. Tsuetsue and Yabaiba end up reverting back to their previous forms. And then one of the statues back at the hideout starts vibrating or doing whatever it does that says it's about to do something. And that's where the episode ends. Bro, I am exhausted.
Yeah. This episode took it out of me. I ain't gonna hold you. This episode made no sense whatsoever, and I don't know how I feel about it. And also the fact that they just popped into existence after he used the Falcon Jewel, it makes no sense. I thought the power the power difference was going to be there for a minute. Nope. Immediately back to the normal programming. Yeah, we'll just get a new jewel and beat him. Like, what?
Yeah.
Just to be beat literally tomorrow, I guess. I don't know.
It's like, no. Don't worry. I forget how they explain how they came back to life, but it's like, yeah, we're back to life. We can do it this time.
Yeah, the third time's the charm, I guess.
Bro. Okay.
I will say, I like the Icarus design for the what are they called? Power Beast? The Zord, whatever, Zord, for the Zord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like Icarus's design. I was like, no, that's pretty cool. I got to give it to him. Out of all of them, that's the coolest.
Yeah.
But yeah, now we're at Power Animal number 30. So, I mean.
Is that number 30? Are you counting them?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just throwing arbitrary numbers out.
Yeah, we just got Deers, so another one on the list, I guess. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we pretty much covered everything during it. It was just ridiculous. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I feel like they just stopped trying.
I don't know. It's the power dynamic is just weird. I don't know. I don't get this show.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I felt it from the very first 4. I said, I don't know about this one. I don't like it. But I don't see it. I don't see the plane landing at all. It's going to definitely crash.
Nope. Yeah.
This is crashing.
So let's move on to quest number 32. 3 creatures eat. Senbiki Gaku. So we open with Silver chilling and resting and just relaxing while the other Rangers walk around like they're apparently invincible. Then Rasetsu arrives with 2 new Tukorgs, Propla and Kurara. They kind of brush off Tsuetsue and Yabaiba, but here we do confirm that they are Tsuetsue and Yabaiba are Dukorgs. So they all 3 of them kind of brush them to the side. They're like, hey, you can make some snacks for us for when we get back. And then the rest of them head to the city and start attacking and eating buildings. The Rangers show up and finally catch, like they have trouble catching up to the 3. But when they do finally catch up and they get attacked, kind of get worked really quickly, and then the 3 kind of bounce and leave. They try to figure out where the next attack is going to happen, but when they finally figure it out, they get attacked by the Dukes and then buried under all of the rubble. And then the Dukes are just like, yeah, we're going to go to a new location. So they leave to go to a new location and then destroy that. The Rangers end up catching up again and then try to fight. And Red summons the Falcon. And then I think they fight for a bit. Rasetsu ends up leaving. And that's pretty much all I had for that episode.
You fell asleep, didn't you?
I don't think so. Did anything else happen? They fought, and then I think they just fought really quick.
Yeah.
And then the guys just bounced.
I'll be real with you. I fell asleep during the episode. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's all that happened.
Yeah.
So if you don't remember the episode, I think it was pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
Unless my notes got kind of jacked up, but I think that's all that happened in that episode. So what did you think about did you see any of it? Or remember any of it?
I thought I did, but I don't remember that.
You don't remember them leaving?
So I don't remember any of it. I thought I watched it though. I definitely started it, but maybe I actually did fall asleep. I don't know.
Yeah, I did, but that's all I got.
Well, what do you think about the episode, I guess, so far?
I mean, it's fine. I don't really like the design of like the 3rd guy, and then the 2 Duke Orgs are, I mean, their design looks cool. I think one's supposed to be a tank, one's supposed to be a helicopter, but they just eat buildings. I don't know. I'm not really feeling them too much. Yeah.
Well, I guess it's good that we got confirmation that Yobaiba and Suisui are Duke Ords. So they were the same level as Roki, except Roki was just stronger.
Yeah.
Because Roki's the best.
Yeah.
I'll be real with you. I don't know about Gaorangers, man. I don't know about this show anymore. I'm trying to give it a chance, man. I'm trying.
Oh yeah. Let's see. The first place they went to try to stop the gang that didn't end up to be their first target. It ended up being their second target. It had some kid there that was looking for a balloon or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then it was like Red went, because I remember the kid was stealing their food, and then Red came up to them, and then the guys thought Red was part of the like, I guess his boss or something, the kid's boss, or he was getting the kid to do it. They thought they were working together, And the workers were like, no. They were about to beat up, I think, both of them. He was like, no, the kid's apologizing, and then the kid just leaves. And then the episode ends up with the kid like coming back. And I think that's pretty much it. Like they beat them at the second place they go to, and then they're going to go back to the first place. And then I think the kid is supposed to be at the first place. And that's pretty much it.
It's like they're just trying to get weirder and weirder.
It's weird.
Yeah.
So,
you want to know what's not weird?
Agito?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's move on to Agito Although one of the episodes of Agito is also weird.
Yeah, that's true.
But we'll start with episode 29 of Kamen Rider Agito, a numerical mystery. Suji no Nazo. So the family, it opens up with the family telling Shoichi that he had regained his memories, and Shoichi doesn't remember any of that, and asks them a lot of questions. Then we open with a unknown attacking guy as he's leaving a bar where when the police find them, they say that the man died from the bends, which is like a sickness you get when you come
deep,
you're deep diving, and then you come up too quick and the oxygen can't leave your bloodstream. Like you don't come up slow enough to repressurize to the correct atmospheric pressure. Then we find out Mana has joined the tennis club, and Shoichi comes to help with his frying pan because he doesn't have a racket. Hikawa shows up. They have a little gag there with Hikawa and Shoichi playing a little bout of tennis. Shoichi with his frying pan, Hikawa with an actual racket. And Shoichi ends up getting a point on him.
Yeah.
But when Hikawa was investigating the scene of the person that died, he found a code on the murdered man, which was like 0, 15, 30, and X. He asked Mana about it to see if she can use her powers to figure out what was going on, because he thinks it's important. She doesn't. But the police end up finding out that the murdered man was apparently a phantom thief, and he had robbed a couple places with a partner who had also and they had both maybe changed their faces, and they can't find them. The statute of limitations is going to be up in a couple of days. So if they find the brother, because they think the unknowns attack blood relatives, so they think the brother's probably alive, then if they find them, they can protect him, and they can also arrest him for all of the robberies he had committed. So during all of that, Hikawa ends up figuring out that the code, that the X in the code was like a tennis score. So he goes back and he sees that the last section of it is Macallan. So he goes back to the bar. He looks at the Macallan bottles, and then he finds like an empty space behind it. So he figures that somebody must have taken whatever loot was behind there. During this, Shoichi, or the other guy, gets attacked. So they have a little meeting with two other people that knew the master that had died. They figure that one of them is the brother. Mana goes with them to try to figure out if she can sense it, but she can't. Shoichi, one of them ends up getting almost attacked. So Shoichi comes out, fights off the unknown to protect him. And then the guy runs off. Hikawa then kind of goes to this guy, and he's like, hey, you're probably the brother of the thief. We're going to have to protect you because the unknowns are going to kill you. And he's like, no, that's not me. And then as he walks off, Shoichi is pretending to be an unknown, and they have this elaborate setup where he's throwing down fog, he's flashing lights, he's making noise to sound like the unknown. So the little brother gets terrified. He runs to Hikawa when he sees him. He's like, protect me. I'm actually the brother, and I'm going to die. And then they reveal it's Shoichi. So Hikawa arrests him, and then the real unknown shows up, and then he starts, Hikawa and the guy run off. Shoichi transforms as Agito. He ends up kicking the unknown, and then G3X shows up and he shoots him with his rocket launcher. And he has a couple times where he's trying the code on the lock and he can't do it. But they end up taking him out by Agito kicking the guy up in the air, G3X shooting him with his rocket launcher. It booms and they kind of just walk out. Walk off in the explosion. And then we end up the episode with First Show showing up and then walks down to Ryo, who's still face down in the water. Yeah. That's how the episode ends.
It's not a bad episode. The only thing that got me about this one was when they at the end, when the real unknown shows up after Shoichi does his thing. They're all three together. I didn't see them run off. I saw Shoichi was like, oh, okay, and like did a transform, and I was like, oh, he's just transforming in front of them, and I was like, this is how it's going. And then, cause like all you see is what's his name? What's the guy's name again?
Ikawa,
yeah. You see him call in the G3 unit. He's like, yo, send the G3, and then all you see is Shoichi run up, tension, and then literally 2 seconds later, you see the dude just driving up in the G3 suit. And I was like, wait. I was like, what is the time frame? What's the distance between all of this? How is all of this working out? Because they were literally just standing next to each other.
Well, I think they told the guy to run away when the unknown shows up. So that's the little brother was then out of the area. And then Hikawa calls in the wagon or the trailer. He calls him in, so he has to run off and get dressed. And I think while Hikawa was running off to the trailer, that's when Shoichi transforms. But you still would think it would be fishy because Hikawa would be like, hey, Shoichi, where were you? But I guess Shoichi could just be like, I ran off. I don't know.
Hey, man. All I'm going to say is I was watching that. I said, huh? We were watching it. It's like, did you hear me when I said that? I was like, huh?
Yeah.
I was like, all right, whatever. And at the end, when dude was still face down in the water, I was like, oh, I guess he's dead.
Yes.
I was like, all right.
Yeah. Whoa. I kept thinking like maybe it wasn't that long, and then every time they keep showing a shot of him in the water, I was like, oh, I don't think he's gonna make it. And then like this one, it was like, yeah, I was like, man, he's got to be dead. So
it's like he can really hold his breath, taking Gills to a whole nother level.
And how did nobody see Gills to like floating in the like he's been floating on top of the water for days now, and nobody's seen him?
Nobody. Nah. Maybe they thought he was just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Face down, I guess, in the water.
So
yeah.
All in all, not too bad of an episode. It was a little confusing, I think. But
I would say it's more, I don't know if campy is the right word. It was funny though. It was funny to see Shoichi and Hikawa.
Yeah.
With the tennis thing.
Yeah, that was And then seeing Hikawa suit up for the second match, and he's like, you can't use that frying pan anymore.
Yeah.
Use Mana's racket.
Yeah.
But
yeah, when Shoichi scored the point with the frying pan and like everybody paused and like just looked at him, I was like, dang, bro, yeah, you can't play that off. Yeah. You just got beat by a frying pan, my guy.
Yeah. But we can keep it moving to episode 30, Hidden Power. Kaku Sareta Chikara. So we open up with the G3 gang out for yakiniku. And that yakiniku looked good. Hojo ends up going by or passing them in the hall. And of course, giving them grief. He is now interested in Mana's dad's death case. So he's working with Kono on that now. And it sounds like his new theory is if he can find out, well, he thinks the dad died because of an unknown. If he can find that, then maybe he can get to the root cause. So who needs Agito, I guess, is how he's trying to play it. Meanwhile, the family decides to go to the fireworks festival that's going to be happening later on. We have a couple shots of Mana kind of getting bullied by the tennis, her senpai on the tennis team, which seems a bit rough for her. Another unknown also starts attacking Aki's gang's dude again. So the dude from Aki's gang is going around, and suddenly he gets attacked by an unknown, but gets fought off by the guy since his powers awakened. And then the unknown kind of then he runs away, I think, and the unknown kind of gets away. Hojo ends up showing up at the house, and he has come to question Mana about anything she might remember about her dad's death, and if anybody with powers might have been around. And then he starts dropping kind of these hints that maybe somebody that couldn't control their power could have killed her dad without even knowing about it, which starts kind of infecting Aki's mind. You all right?
Yeah, I was doing the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, First Show visits Fishy Adult again, asking for help. And you assume he's trying to help Ryo. And then Fishy Adult is just like, nah, I'm good. You can't do that. So First Show takes the dude from Aki's gang to Ryo's body and asks him to heal him. And then tells him that Gills is the same species as Agito. But the dude can't heal Ryo because Ryo's dead. Obviously. First Show then pops up and kind of activates Mana. So he then unlocks her true potential and tells her that what she does with the power is up to her. And then he disappears. She ends up being bullied, and then the bullies find her at the festival, and it looks like her powers activate suddenly because a bumper off of a car kind of goes at the girls that kind of are bullying her. And then Mana kind of runs away. Obviously stressed out and confused. And then the dude from Aki's gang gets attacked again, but this time Agito jumps in, saves the day, and then G3X also shows up as the episode ends. So these two are starting to create a nice little duo there. But that's the end of the episode. What do you think about it?
I thought I thought the beginning was crazy. I thought when they were eating the food and like dude would put the meat on the grill. And my homegirl, she like reached forward and grabbed the meat before he could eat it. She was like, "Wow, this is so good." And like he was talking, he was like, "Okay, fine, I'll let the first one slide." And he puts another one down, and when it's done, freaking Ikawa, or what's his name? I keep saying
Ikawa.
Ikawa grabs it, and dude's like, "All right, bro." Does he put a third one down?
I think the first time. What's her name? Ozawa?
Ozawa, yeah.
Yeah, I think she grabs it and gives it to Hikawa. Like the first piece. I thought it went. She gave him the first piece, and then she took a piece, and then the dude's just loading it up. And this is a thing that happens with yakiniku. So it's like you can get it, but then dude like loses it and runs out, just like That one was pretty good. I like that one.
They're like, what's wrong with him? Oh, they're teenagers. I was like, hey, yo, nah, y'all are wildin'. They're all professional gaslighters.
Yeah. You gotta feel for dude.
Yeah. But I love that. I love those sequences. It's like the beer. It's like her and the beer.
Yeah.
I was like, this is great. I need more of that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I also meant to say last time in the last episode when they were fighting G3 and Agito, when they were fighting, Agito like loaded up his kick, and like the unknown jumped over him, and he just like kind of touched him with his foot, but he didn't blow up, and he just landed. He was like waiting, and dude shot the rocket launcher, and then he blew up, and I was like, not y'all having like a little double team attack going on. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. But
Well, I think Agito kicked him while he was going across, and he was still in the air when G3X shot him. So he never fell. I don't think he fell back to the ground. I think he was still in the air. But I was like, yeah, it was like overkill. Like he already did the kick. Yeah. He was gonna die. But
nah. They said just the right amount of kill.
Yep.
Regular kill.
Yep.
But as for the rest of this episode, I guess it's nice to know that Rio's dead and like they're not gonna leave that hanging in the air. But also that first show is trying to save him.
Yeah. Dude is fishy. I don't get him.
Yeah, he's weird.
Not quite on the level of Hojo yet, but he's getting there.
Yeah.
Or he's probably past Hojo. I don't know at this point.
You think so?
No, because with Hojo could be the big bad, and I wouldn't blink an eye at it. Like,
yeah. Hojo's behind it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. Hojo's behind it all, man. We're getting him out of here. We're trying to pack him up as soon as we can. Trying to pack him up like Blue. Let's get him out of here. Yes, sir. You got to go. Oh shoot. I was gonna say something. Oh no. Oh well, it'll come back to me later.
So yeah, I thought that was cool. The thing with Hikawa not remembering the passcode to the case to unlock the gun. Oh wait, no, that was last episode.
Yeah, that was last episode.
But I thought that was weird, and maybe that's hinting at something that might come up. I don't know. But
yeah.
Other than that, I thought it was okay of an episode.
Yeah. It could be just because like maybe they're trying to show like a time of like him not being in the G3 suit, so maybe he started to forget it. But I don't see how you forget that.
Yeah. Even I remembered it.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, that's not the
I heard you say that. He was like, oh man. That was weak. I was like, yeah, no, I did too. My man typed 1, 2, 3. I said, wait. Like, that's not it. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, honestly, these episodes have been silly and kind of like nonsensical in a sense, but literally 10 times better than the entirety of Gaoranger, minus my guy Roki. Like, literally, like I don't understand.
But even then, they have little silly or like points to like lighten up the mood, I would say maybe. But like the bulk of the episode is still like it makes sense. So I think that's what they got going for them.
You know what they should do, honestly and truly. Just put Roki into Agito, and then it'll be fine. Like then we don't even have to watch Gaoranger. Like truly.
There's another tokusatsu that would kind of be like that. I forget the name of it, but it's like a demon something. I forget. I think I might have the first season. I forget the name of it though. But I have the armor in Final Fantasy.
Nice.
I forget what it's called, but it's basically that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You might have to make an audible. What's about Gaoranger?
Hey, we're doing it for the future.
Yeah. When we get to the ranking of all the Super Sentai, we know what's in last place.
Shh, no spoilers. You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
But if that's it for 30, we can move on to episode 31. A person's whereabouts. Hito no Ibasho. That's not really okay. That's what they have. No. They don't really mean the same thing. So G3X and Agito get defeated by the unknown that they attacked at the fireworks display. Like they just get walloped. And then Mana kind of runs off and is sulking. And then she's sulking when they get back home. And then she goes to turn herself in at the police station to Ikawa because she thinks she assaulted people with her powers and she can't control it. As she leaves, she runs into Shoichi and then they kind of have a little chat. And then as she's leaving Shoichi, she almost gets hit by a car, and then another yellow car shows up, and then the dude from Aki's gang, pops out, looks at Mana, and then kidnaps her, throws her in the car, and then just zooms off. Well, Mana also twisted her ankle when she fell. After that, an unknown is about to attack the girl from Aki's gang when another unknown stops it. So the girl from Aki's gang is walking around, and then another unknown sees it and then stops that unknown from attacking her, which is very sus. Next, we meet Majima, who is a younger person, and now the Aki's gang is 4 because it's Mana, the girl, the dude, and then this new guy called Majima. Mana ends up getting locked into the room, and Shoichi and the fam notice she is missing. They noticed it was weird that she was missing before, but now they're going out, putting up flyers and trying to track her down. Shoichi eventually finds the car that he remembers seeing when Mana disappeared, and then he kind of sees a handprint on the window sill, and then he figures out that might be Mana. Then he figures out which apartment that car is assigned to, and then he goes to the apartment and kind of calls out to her. So he manages to get Mana out of the apartment. While he's talking to Mana, because she says she doesn't really want to go back home quite yet, the unknown attacks. He tells Mana to get away, and then he transforms, and then he starts trying to fight the unknown that pops up. The dude from Aki's gang reveals that he's the one, or the unknown ends up attacking the dude from Aki's gang, and then he and Mana kind of run off. And then they go back to his first apartment, I think, that he was with his wife. I think we find out that his wife left him because he was acting weird after the Akatsuki Go incident. And then during the fight, or after, while he's sitting in that chair, he reveals that he's actually the one that attacked all of the friends. And that's why Mana thought her powers were going out of control, but it was actually him just using his powers to make her think that. That way she would come with them. But back at the fight, Agito ends up defeating the unknown. Finally, he uses the rocket bike again from earlier on. He goes into rod form, uses the rocket bike, and kind of pierces the little hand shield that the guy's been using to kind of protect himself. And then after that, at the end of the episode, the dude dies. The dude from Aki's gang dies. And then Mana has this burst of power, and all of the dead flowers in the room come back to life. And then right at the end, first show walks into the room with Mana in it. And that's kind of where the episode ends.
What do you think about it? What'd you think about it? It's still muted.
What's that? I thought it was moving along. I don't know if the sub story with Mana is really like grabbing me, but it's not as bad as some of the stories from Agito last season. Or no, this is Agito from Kuga last season. And it's not that odd because, like, yeah, I thought it was cool how they showed that it wasn't really her powers going berserk. It was actually the dude kind of doing it from the distance. First show is definitely even more fishy because he's like, you see what his plan is and what he wants and what he's willing to do it. So it's like, what is his final plan? Something's not right here.
Yeah.
But other than that, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was cool how they did that, how they ended up revealing that it wasn't actually her powers going insane. I thought it was fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Excuse me. I think I agree with the reveal of like it not being her power, going haywire, and yeah, I guess I'm not seeing fully what first show's plan is, or like I guess I think I might be missing some stuff, but I'm not seeing his like descent into the dark side. But then again, I have an affinity for liking characters that are going to the dark side, so I don't know.
So you're saying you like first show?
No, no, not him. But I might be missing some traits. You know what I'm saying? I might be missing some things because of my affinity for Roki. You know, so I don't know. Maybe. But I what do I think about this episode? I don't know. This episode, I guess it was pretty monocentric. I mean, her story's okay. Um, yeah, I guess it's not as compelling when I think about it. Like, I think her kind of wrestling with trying to figure out whether or not she, I guess, killed her dad or not is interesting, but it's not as cohesive a storyline as like well, I don't even know if I can call any of them cohesive, but as any of them, it's not really a cohesive storyline. Yeah,
The only
in my
thing
opinion.
the only thing I really didn't like about this episode, I think, was when everybody kind of came to get Mana, and she
Yeah,
was like, or when Shoichi came to get her, and she was like, "Yeah, I don't want to go home now." I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know about that. So you're gonna stay with the people that kidnapped you? Yeah, they got
yeah,
powers and all that stuff. Although at that point, I think she still thought that her powers were going out of control, so maybe she didn't want to be around everybody. So I don't think it was
yeah.
that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she felt that way because the dude came and talked to her also right before that, and like he kind of empathized with her as far as like having the powers and like people understanding, and she was like, oh yeah, like I don't think anybody would understand because I have these powers, like her uncle and cousin,
Hmm.
and everything like that. So maybe like she resonated with that because that is the conversation. Because I think beforehand, like before that conversation, she was really like, yeah, I'm trying to get out of here because she wrote on the flowers and threw them out the window.
Yeah.
But I think because he did have that talk, she was like, oh, maybe I don't need to leave. And it's like maybe like hearing them out, they don't seem that bad. Yeah, they kidnapped me, but they don't seem that bad, type of thing. It's like, I guess if you empathize on that level, it can start to shift your opinion,
Yeah.
depending. So, but it was okay. I mean, yeah, not too much happened really in this one. I don't know why dude died though after that attack with the unknown, but oh well.
Yeah. You'd think he'd be able to heal back. So, but
Yeah,
maybe he just got hit too hard and couldn't do it.
yeah.
Um,
The timing was perfect, I guess. Whatever.
yeah. So we could wrap up the week
Yeah.
with episode 32 of Agito, Gil's
Yes.
Resurrection. Gil's Fukatsu.
Yes, forgot to.
So we start out with first show talking to Mana inside of the room, saying that they will need Mana's power with what's going to come, and that he is a savior to the people with powers. And then he asks her to revive Ryo. She ends up trying, but she falls down after I think she's drained of powers. And then first show has suddenly disappeared from the room. And then she kind of runs out and then reports back to the gang that, well, Aki's gang, that the girl, or no, that the guy had died. Sagara had been killed. Then the girl we find out is Sekia. Sekia. She leaves. She gets freaked out. She packs her things and then she just bounces. She's like, I don't have to stay here and help you guys anymore. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Uh, then Mana kind of shows some feedback from using her power, and then her arms kind of look like Ryo's, where they get all of that kind of wrinkly and they look like very waterlogged. So Seika, and we follow Seika. She goes to Kono's place, the person they keep asking for help, but doesn't get an answer. And then we see that she's being followed by an unknown. Then she goes to another house with more comrades, and she's telling the girl that they should probably all meet up. The girl goes into another room to make a phone call, and then when Seikia goes in to check on her, she sees that she's dead. And then she goes to a couple of more hideouts, and everyone she goes to, the person that's living there is dead when she gets there. In the meantime, Mana's hands heal back. The family ends up taking her out to an amusement park. She talks to Shoichi and then her uncle, and then they finally convince her to come back home. And then as they're about to go home, Mana wants to go thank the gang for kidnapping her, I guess, and keeping her in the apartment. But
yes.
Yeah, anyway, once she gets there, Seika turns out to be possessed by something. So she gets kind of an evil eyes, and then she starts trying to attack Majima and Mana, who start running away. And then an unknown pops up. Shoichi jumps in to try to fight it as Agito, but he gets kind of knocked out. And then the unknown tracks Majima and Mana again and is about to attack them when not slowly, dude runs in and leaps up in the air. So Ryo shows up and then transforms into gills. And that's kind of where the episode leaves.
Yeah.
So
he does kind of walk. He does walk up slowly. He's walking at first, and then once he gets in the frame, they're like him. He's like he's just going crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, but his transformations are still pretty cool.
Yeah.
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 So I'm glad he's back. I missed the screaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
so
just not the same.
More setup. I don't know. It was a fine episode. I think it feels like the next batch should be good. I think gills will probably be powered up. G3X and Agito have been having some issues dealing with the unknown. Obviously they're starting to show a little bit more planning. Maybe they've been planning all along, but I think we're getting to the point where we get some more information on the unknown and actually what they're trying to do and who's leading them and all of that stuff. So I'm curious on what's about to happen.
Same. I think we're seeing more high I don't want to say hierarchy. All we saw with the two unknown, like when the girl with the glasses, when she was walking down the steps and like the one unknown stopped and was like, no, and then like they turned around. But I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? Hey, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
I was gonna say something. I forgot it. Dang, I forgot it that fast. Oh well, it'll come back to me later, probably. But yeah, it's a fine episode. I think even in like the down episodes, it's still pretty engaging and interesting. So, I think Agito's is holding my attention a lot more. I find myself being more excited for these episodes than the other one.
Yeah, this batch seemed more like a kind of build up, or like they're trying to set up. Maybe they're setting up Gil's coming back. And then maybe I think they're setting up a lot story-wise with these episodes. So but they're still interesting. They have some funny bits, they have some more lore. Maybe we'll get a lot more lore.
Yeah, hope so.
Yeah.
I remember what I was gonna say. Oh, it was referring to Mana. So like when her hands turned like the kind of waterlogged thing, the same way as like Rio's does. Um, I don't know. I feel like they're setting up. Maybe she's going to unlock similar powers as Rio, and she'll be like Gil et Gilzet.
Well, I think they said that all of them could turn into, like, Gills is the same species as Agito, and all of them can turn into, maybe all of them can turn into whatever species Gills and Agito are.
Yeah, but like I think they're setting up for like her to do that next.
Yeah. I don't know if she's going to, but I think they're setting up that anybody with power, that's probably why everybody died. Because they're setting up that all of those guys with powers can turn into that.
Yeah. Maybe that's the master plan. For whatever reason, when that one chick with the glasses started like transform or not transforming, but like possessed, whatever. Yeah. I feel like that was the first guy. I feel like that was Fishy Guy.
You think so? I don't think so, because he wouldn't need to possess somebody. I don't think so. It's got to. I don't know what it is, but it's weird.
A lot of questions, so I'm expecting answers to show up soon, especially now that we're past the halfway point in the season.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start getting a lot more answers.
I hope so. I need them. I need answers. Agito, I need answers.
Yeah. But I think that's it for Agito for this week.
Yes.
Pretty good week for Agito. It was a week for Gaoranger.
That's one way to put it.
So that's it. I think, well, the game should be up. I think the Baldur's Gate playthrough should be up. At least session 0 should be up by now if you're seeing this. But we're probably going to try to come up with a better schedule, but have it post on Thursdays if we get better about it. Yeah. So look forward to that. But as always, catch us next week if you can. We'll start Jujutsu Kaisen and then keep going with Gachiakuta. But look forward to seeing it then. Until then, signing off. We may not always have money. We may not always have time. But there's one thing we do have a lot of. And that is
enjoyment of watching the Gaorangers die.
Dang, that got really. All right, see you next week.